Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at Virtuoso Travel Week in Las Vegas, and I'm here with actually a familiar face because we've interviewed him here before, Gilberto Sacedo, who is the Pro Colombia Tourism Vice President. And we're going to get a little overview of what's going on in Colombia now, post-pandemic. I've wanted to get down there for so long. I had a few opportunities. I still haven't made it. Maybe I'll ask him later if we can get in there at some point, but we'll see. And you're going to find out about Colombia and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Gilberto, first of all, hello, welcome back to Las Vegas, right?
Hi, James. It's nice to be here with you again.
Yeah, it's great, and we've got about 4,000 people here on the in-person side, and we just started. Literally, he's my first interview of the show. Well, absolutely, we saved it for you, absolutely. Right. Now, let's talk a little bit about Colombia. What does tourism look like for Colombia this year? What are the numbers saying?
Well, the numbers are okay. I think we are in a very good recovery path. Currently, we achieved 90% almost of the traffic that we had in 2019.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And we have to remember that 2019 was the best year for tourism in Colombia, for international tourism. So I think the numbers are doing well. I also have to say that all this period of the pandemic, we use it as a period to prepare a better offer.
Well, I was going to ask you about in terms of the infrastructure. What have you done in terms of tourism infrastructure improvements and really getting things ready for when we emerge?
Well, we have, first of all, our first concern was to keep safe all the entrepreneurs and all the hotels and the tour operators and everything. So we can say that we have a very good base to keep going. So that's the first point. But we also prepare a new offer, a renewal offer in Colombia. And now we are promoting the country through 6 different touristic regions.
Okay. What are they?
It was like, to have 6 countries in one.
Okay.
So it's the Great Colombian Caribbean, the Western Andes, the Eastern Andes, the Colombian Massif, the Amazonia Orinoquia region. So as you can see, we have pretty different places in Colombia. We are promoting different products inside each of these regions. And it's working, and something else is helping, like the movie Encanto that is promoted.
Oh yeah, no, that was a huge movie for you. I tell you, I didn't understand it would be that big. It's big for Disney too.
Yeah, so we keep in movement all the time, even during the pandemic terms. So right now we are seeing the results. And in terms of events also, James, in terms of events, the last year we achieved around 92 international events in Colombia. And this year, just in the first semester, we achieved the goal for the whole year, that it was 122 events.
Wow, that's pretty good. I tell you. Now, what are the requirements for entry now in Colombia? Is everything open pretty much? I mean, do we need to test? Do we need to vax? What do we have to do as a traveler?
The only thing that you need to enter to Colombia is to have your vaccination certificate. Right. And if you don't have it, of course, you have to have a test or something like that. But, it has been a pretty good requirement because it helps with all the strategy of the vaccination in Colombia that is in a pretty good level right now, but we don't have additional requirements, so it's too easy to travel to Colombia. You know that a flight from Miami, it's just 3 hours and a half to Bogota, and from New York it's just 5 hours. So it's like a domestic flight here.
It really is. It's very close, and that's why kicking myself I haven't been there yet, which is crazy. Now, you just mentioned flights. Now, have you got most of your air connectivity back, especially from the U.S., or do you have new flights coming in?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we have to say that the air capacity, the air transportation capacity that we have in the country right now is even more than what we had before the pandemic. So, and specifically with the United States, we have more capacity than we had in the past, around 30% more than we had in 2019.
That's great. So now you're all ready for going. People can go down there. And initially, what are you seeing from the U.S.? The numbers is pretty good?
It's absolutely spectacular. Before the pandemic, we had something around 25 or 26% of the total share of the market in Colombia was from the United States. Currently is 50%.
All right, you're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's great. Now, let's talk a little bit about you. I mean, we've talked in the past. I mean, last year, you're very focused on sustainable tourism in Colombia. And how has the pandemic affected that, or you've just doubled down and you're really going to follow that strategy even more, right?
Well, sustainability, it's right now part of the DNA of the tourism in Colombia. We understood that the sustainability is not longer a trend, is a part of the demand of what the customers want. So that was a very important part of this new offer that we are preparing in the country. So right now we're working with tour operators, hotels, and the whole chain for to get the best experiences, the real experiences in sustainability in Colombia. Yeah. Our goal is to be the number one in South America in terms of sustainability in tourism.
That's great, because I know a lot of other South American countries are equally concerned about that. I know Ecuador, of course, is very focused on that. Peru, everyone wants to be that, and I know you've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, and it's not easy because we have a very strong neighbors in terms of what they have, but Colombia is number one per meter square in terms of biodiversity. So it's a double responsibility. We have to have the best experiences in terms of tourism, but at the same time, we have to preserve, we have to conserve our natural and cultural assets.
Absolutely. And so if you thought Colombia was the base, the three cities, right? Medellin, which I still would love to see, Bogota and Cartagena, there's a whole lot more there, right?
Yeah, that's precisely why we launched this strategy from the 6 regions, because of course the traditional destinations are so important for us, but we are trying, to complement all these traditional destinations with the emerged destinations that we have in the country. So you can go to Cartagena, but you can go just by car to Barranquilla. In 2 hours you're going to be in Barranquilla, or in Santa Marta 2 hours more. So you're going to have a big area, different experiences, cultural experiences. You can go to archaeological places to have a contact with indigenous. Well, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to do.
And really get out there in the countryside and experience Colombia, the countryside as well. Now, do you have any marketing campaigns existing right now in the U.S., or you have anything to come where you're going to really do something different? Well,
we are promoting the tourism from the perspective of the country brand. So we are talking about Colombia, the most welcoming country on earth. But this campaign is not only for tourism, it's also for investments, and it's also for exports. So yeah, it's not specifically for tourism. From the tourism perspective, we are based on these 6 regions, touristic regions. We are based our commercial action in the different markets.
Very good. Now, where can we go out to about 105,000 travel advisors, including many of the folks at this conference. Where can they go to find out more information on the tourism side about Colombia?
Well, we have a very complete site in the internet that is colombia.travel. Okay. So you're going to find there all the offer, all the experiences, and all the relevant information and all the relevant content that you need to know as an agent or as a consumer to go to Colombia and to have, as I told you, the best experiences. Absolutely. In the most welcoming country on earth.
There you go, the most welcoming country on earth, so you better get down there and get welcomed, right? Yeah, so, right. Gilberto, thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm glad you were my first interview for this Virtuoso conference. We'll make that a tradition, okay, next year too, but hopefully the next time I see you will be in Colombia, so we'll figure that. So we're going to figure that one out, and hopefully we'll be reporting from Colombia in the next 6 months to a year, so we'll see what happens. Again, thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the conference.
Thank you, James. Thank you for having me here.
I am James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.